Hi everyone, and welcome to the second video blog for me and my journey into the fitness lifestyle. I'm sure you're thinking, is there going to be any meat to this? Is there going to be any useful information? And that's what I hope to provide. So without any further ado, I'm going to get right to business. One of the most common questions people ask me was, how did you get started? How did you get started losing 150 pounds? I wish it was so easy. I just said, well, I just blinked my eyes and some weight fell off, and I blinked my eyes and some more came off. But it's just not true. That's just not it. Or I could say, well, one day I decided to just eat right. I just stopped eating everything bad, started high protein, sensible carbs, low fat, perfect eating, blah, blah, blah. And that's just not true. That's not how it happened. And I don't think that's the way it should happen. I believe if you know your eating habits are bad, like I did. I was eating up to 4 cheeseburgers a meal. I was eating fries. I was eating pretty much anything. If you put it down in front of me, if it was a bucket of lard and it tastes good, I would have ate it. I didn't care at that point, up until that point. I was large and getting larger. I was having chest pains. No one wanted me to help them with anything because I had lower back pain. They were afraid I was going to hurt myself, if I was going to have a heart attack at their house. Everybody always just said to me, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be constructing a block wall or whatever. Say, hey, can I come over and help you? Can you teach me a little bit of masonry? No, that's okay. I'll have somebody else. And I just thought that they thought I was lazy. And I wasn't. I've never been lazy. They just didn't want me to hurt myself or want me to die at their place. I was in horrible shape. And as you can imagine, somebody at 425 pounds, they're not in great shape. I don't care who they are. I don't care if they're 7 foot tall. Still, 425 is 425. So when I made a decision to change my life and kind of end this cycle of bad eating, I knew I wouldn't be able to do it right. I just quit eating bad things. So what I did was I was working at a place where I had my only choices to eat were to cook at home and take it with me, which was not an option at the time because I didn't want to cook. I didn't know how to cook. I didn't know what to cook. Or pick out some healthier options at some of the places that I had outside of work. What did I have outside of work? Just like all of you have. What do you have outside of work? I had Old Country Buffet. I had Burger King. I had Wendy's. But I leveraged those choices. I leveraged the healthy parts of those menus to help to leverage my weight loss. So, for example, at Burger King, I'd still go to Burger King, and I would still get a burger, one burger, and I would get their chicken salad, their fire-roasted chicken salad, whatever it was, and the lightest dressing they had. And that would fill me up, at least for a couple hours. Some other days I go to Wendy's. I'd get their chicken sandwich. It's 300 calories. Sure, there's some fat in it. Sure, there's some nitrates in the chicken, but it's a lot better than what I was eating. And I would supplement these meals with things that I had been eating, the cheeseburgers, the chilies, the not-so-good items. And once that became commonplace, I started to phase out some of the bad things. I didn't always need the cheeseburger with it. I'd get a little chicken sandwich, or I'd get one of their healthier sides. Maybe if I would get a chicken sandwich, I would get a side salad, something like that. I started to phase in. And this needs to be a gradual phase in for anyone who's of large weight or who's not eating healthy. You cannot just stop. Women in particular, if you try and train women and take away all their cheat foods, you're going to lose a client. You're going to lose their attention. They're just not going to do it. Women have told me flat out when I was training them, I am not going to stop eating this. Well, I said, fine. Don't deny yourself of it. Just don't eat it as often. Or don't eat the whole bag of cookies. Have a few cookies. I'm sure this is nothing that you haven't heard before, but this is also what I did. I heard Dr. Fred Hatfield at one point, Dr. Squat. He talked about taking away women's Twinkies. For God forbid, he said, you can't take away a woman's Twinkies. You just can't do that. And that's true. Don't take away your own Twinkies. Gradually take some away, replace them with healthy choices. And I know that sounds silly, but if you just try it and you don't eat a Twinkie or you don't eat that bad part of the meal just once or twice a week, it really has a large impact. because then you get used to not eating it twice a week, and then you get used to not eating it 3 times a week, and you kind of retrain yourself to eat correctly. That, plus what I was doing was, as I said, I dusted off an old treadmill, got out an old Weider weight set. I didn't know how to lift. I was just going through the motions, what I learned in high school, what I learned from the tribal knowledge in the gyms, whatever. I was just doing whatever I could. And also I hit the treadmill and I was walking. That's all I was doing. At 425 pounds, you hit that treadmill and you start running, you're going to end up off the back of it, and someone's going to have to take paddles to your heart because you're going to be dead. So do what you can. You walk. You walk until you're winded. You walk until you hit that fat burning target zone, whatever your pulse rate, your resting pulse or your exercise pulse rate is, 75 to 85% of your max. Get in there and stay there. Watch TV. Do it for 30 minutes. You'd be amazed if you're watching TV and you're doing the treadmill or a bike or elliptical or Stairmaster, whatever you're doing, how quickly it goes by. So that, I challenge you, whoever you are out there, whether you have 20 pounds to lose or 200, make some healthy choices in your diet and start that exercise regime. Just start it. Or just turn it up a notch. Eat a little healthier. Get a little bit more exercise in. And then let me know in 3 weeks to a month, 6 weeks, whatever it is, how that worked out for you. I guarantee you'll lose the weight. So for now, 1 question down, 1,000 to go. Thanks for tuning in again. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.